In Mentor-Apprentice, it's best to do things that you would be doing on a daily basis, just on a regular day. So in the story, Nan decides that in order to help Shinmit find a wife, that he should go on a dating app. Because it takes time to connect with your mentor in the program, it's best to check with your mentor and have sort of a plan of what you're going to do together for the day, and whatever you're doing, have your fluent mentor speak through the actions that you're going through in the day together. So good activities to do together include things that your mentor will enjoy doing, like going through pictures, things that you have to get done in your home, like laundry, dishes, talking about relatives, relations, talking about romantic relationships that people might be having, things that are current and things that will apply to daily living. When we're asking to learn our languages and bring them back, we are really looking to bring back the parts that are really meaningful and powerful to our lives and to our families and our communities and all of our relatives. Pretty often that looks like people wanting to learn about prayers and ceremonial phrases that they'll need for ceremonial use. And these important ways of speaking can be taught really well, especially if you already have a foundation of daily language skills that you've built up through a program like Mentor-Apprentice. So you get to learn about your daily language, and then that can really help you to support learning the language around sacred knowledge and speaking about things like prayers. For the purposes of drawing Mentor-Apprentice principles from the story of Shinmit, useful to look at the way Shinmit is reflecting at the end of the day. He's thinking back on what he did and what he really wants to focus on, and how he wants to learn a language to get himself a good, strong wife. For the purpose of drawing Mentor-Apprentice principles from the story of Shinmit for a wife in the New World, he sits down and he thinks about his day, he reflects, and that's mirrored in Mentor-Apprentice by the way that it's suggested we keep track of what we did every day with our mentor and how many hours and sort of the topics and activities that we went through. So the idea of keeping a log of what was done in Shinmit's day would look something like, I spent 5 hours with Nan, my mentor. We talked about dating language, we learned about selfies language, online dating apps, learned to talk about girlfriends and boyfriends, and we covered flirting language. A log is a basic outline of what you did and what you learned about in the day and how many hours, because you really want to be spending a large amount of hours together with your mentor so you can get that language immersion exposure to your target language. In Hershgurdwe, it's also really important that Shinmit is asking for help in his prayer time, his reflection time, towards his focus. It's really important to remember when you're undertaking this language work in your own language that you're really bringing back what's important to what the fluent speaker understands is important, and what you understand is important for yourself, and what you understand is important for the community as a whole. That your language and your culture are always going to be connected, and that you want to look for the ways that you feel are going to help you bring back what your ancestors would have wanted for you in speaking your own language. So the really powerful part of being part of the Mentor-Apprentice program is that you can find the ancestral ways that can bring your language back.